What's up with y'all boys, man? I'm back with another video, man, and today we got if white men were 100% honest. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what you niggas be thinking. You know what I'm saying? So we about to go find out right now. Let's go.
We brought together 7 strangers, protected their identities, and created a space for them to be completely honest.
Y'all got to say.
What will be revealed when they take the mask off?
Everyone is racist.
Well, let me look at these questions real quick. I've been struggling with my sexual. Oh my god. Have you ever been constantly confused about content? Oh whoa. We getting into some real
including me
topics here. Okay. All right.
I'm not, like, nobody wants to think of themselves as racist, and I don't think that I'm racist in the way that I think we think about racism, but I think I took the question as these like inherent biases that everybody has, and I think most of the time, most people are not.
Look, bro, if we being real, bro, everybody has inherent biases towards, you know what I'm saying, a certain individual people, but you have to work on eliminating those biases, man. So, yeah, we'll keep pushing for that.
It's weird. I think there's like this new generational divide of like, you are a racist or you said a racist thing. And I don't know where the line is. You might say something a little racist or something you don't see as racist. Someone calls you out and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, you know, apologize. And if you argue that point against them, then I would say you're a racist. But if you understand, you come to understanding, you learn, everyone should be able to forgive that person and be like, no, you made a mistake. People make mistakes. I don't know. I feel like it's a binary now.
I think a really important thing that kind of is tough with cancel culture right now is that road to redemption. And so after you've said something wrong, you know, how do you make yourself right again in the public sphere? At least personally, I feel like
that shit is crazy, bro. Because like, if you apologize, it's like any nigga gonna apologize. We can't really take the apology as like a good means of if you sorry or not. Because I mean, you could be apologizing just to save your career, and then you could be apologizing because you actually feel sorry, but we would never really know the true intention. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how this shit works.
Don't see that a lot with cancel culture.
Actually, I do know.
If someone makes amends, there's now an acceptance like, hey, you did something wrong, but
it's called alias knows for a reason, bitch.
You're okay now, or at least better.
I think social media kind of incentivizes against redemption, and I feel like it's just outrage, and I do think people do like the rush of anger. I don't think people really believe in redemption anymore.
I guess just disagree with the idea of racism as a binary. It kind of goes back to that like really old meme where like Skipper says like, we did it, Mrs. Obama, racism is over. The idea of a redemption is just like, all right, they've fixed their racism. In the sense that like, I think the redemption that our society is calling for is impossible. It's almost like you need to like write a check every time you make a racism, and like that will absolve you of your thing, where I think like what we should be doing is like the idea of growth towards a better understanding.
I have struggled with my sexuality.
Whoa. Let's see who agree.
Take care of your skin, my guy. It's not even that hard.
God damn, I need premium. What the fuck?
No.
I felt an attraction to men really young, and I didn't connect to gay culture at all. And I was like, I'm either straight or gay. It can't be another one. So I very consciously put myself in the closet, and you know, I didn't feel confidence to like be my own person, you know, obviously in high school. And slowly but surely I started to come out to more people and talk about my experience and stuff. But people come out of the closet, that's one thing. That's the second step. The first step is like really kind of like acknowledging it and like loving yourself, and that was the hardest part for me. And I'm pretty good now. I'm happy.
We support self-acceptance.
Now, very comfortable with my sexuality, and you know, I know it's a spectrum, but I think I'm for the most part straight. I struggled with depression for a long time, and I think one of the side effects of that for me was I fell into an eating disorder, and I got really skinny, and because I was struggling with an eating disorder, it made me, for some reason, question my sexuality.
Hold on. So you mean to tell me food made you question if you like dick? What the fuck are we talking about, my nigga? Huh?
And I understand how messed up that is now. I started to ask myself, why did you associate that one with the other? And I think it was because it's just not largely talked about with straight men that we can still struggle with mental health and eating disorders.
I have a very core memory, somebody might say, of me walking in to my house after the first day of first grade, and I'm just like, hey mom, I think I have a crush on my friend. And my mom kind of laughed and she's like, oh, boys don't have crushes on boys. And I was like, cool, got it, awesome. Just put that in the back of my mind. And I'm still working with like the idea that if I have a crush on a man, that's not inherently disgusting, because what's more disgusting than a man wanting you? Or like you said, like.
About right now.
Have you ever been confused by consent before?
That's a solid question right there. I'm not gonna lie.
There have been instances where, you know, in terms of friends, relationships, whatever, I can go too far because I misinterpreted consent, and just because people seem comfortable with something, you kind of go along with it.
Yeah, I think the reason I said yes was just thinking very specifically about situations where both of us have been really drunk or something like that, where it's like, it's not one person's sober and the other person's drunk and the drunk person's saying yes, but if you're both drunk and both
I ain't gonna count, bro.
consenting and
it's to the point now where, hey bro, nigga, the way these hoes be acting about this shit, bro, I ain't fucking no drunk hoes. Even if I'm drunken in the bitch, nigga, I ain't fucking no none of that, bitch. You gonna have to rip my clothes off. Fuck that, nigga. Nigga, I ain't catching no case out here, bro. Fuck that.
into it in the moment. And then the next day, like I've had like neither of us really consented. Is anybody in the wrong here? You know, and so that's kind of what I thought of when I heard I've been confused about consent. It's not as much in the moment, but after the fact in that scenario.
Jack, that situation is pretty scary because you interpret it one way, and if someone was hurt and you didn't mean to do that, and you didn't take the precautions for that, you're still at fault, and that sucks. And I'm not saying that's your situation.
Yeah.
That's like that's the kind of world we live in, where we can really get in trouble sometimes, even when we don't mean to hurt.
Yeah, bro. Just to play it safe, bro.
I think that's the whole thing about consent is it's not always just like this guy being like, oh, come on, like, you know, there's such a finer line. There's so many gray areas that it's really important to have those conversations because, yeah, there can be so many different scenarios that are still non-consensual, so.
Women have more power than me.
Yeah, I definitely don't think women have more power. And I think some people might think that just because you're seeing a growing relative power that, you know, some men might not be used to. Now that women are kind of getting closer to being equal to some people that might feel like they're getting more power and they might be more powerful. And so
I don't know. It's like a yes and no question.
I mean, but like,
I was harassed by a superior who was a woman at a previous job, like repeatedly harassed. I reported it to my boss, who was a white male, and he just laughed it off and said, you know, toughen up, Buttercup. When women are harassed, I think if I was a woman and I reported harassment, especially right now with Me Too and everything, CEO would see a huge red flag, a huge possible controversy, and like, I know there's definitely, you know, ways when that isn't true, but for me it was just like, we don't care. You're a man, toughen up. I don't give a shit. Like, she's a woman. She can't hurt.
I mean, but like when you start talking about shit like this, bro, when you like both of y'all grown adults, bro, it's like, bro, you a nigga though, like we know why we see it as like that. I mean, it probably shouldn't be seen as that, but like, come on, bro, like you have more power over a woman, like physically. So I mean, that's why it's like a woman can do it to a man, but a man can't do it to a woman because you could fuck a woman up, and you shouldn't let it get to that point, bro. You should just, hey, bro, you should tell her, like, hey, bro, I don't fuck with this, bro. I bet you he didn't even tell her straight up, like, nah, bro, stop doing this shit, bro, like, real shit. Like, if you dead ass be firm with that shit, she not gonna do that shit. Like, hell nah, fuck that. No. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to discredit this nigga experience, though.
It was really hard.
Whoa, what the fuck,
I'm sorry. And I was really scared, and like, if I didn't have some, you know, good women in my life, and some
Is
good
he talking about
people,
when he was younger or when he a grown ass man?
I wouldn't have taken action. I would have just toughened up, and I would have let it kill me inside.
Sorry that happened. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
I've had fantasies.
Whoa, that's a wild ass question. Oh shit, boy.
Oh, okay. So I said yes because like I can't think of a
Imagine you the only nigga with a rape.
specific time, but like I believe I have at one point. It's more like role playing under very strict guidelines and with the understanding that my partner will stop if I ever get too uncomfortable. In terms of like fantasizing about actually doing the very illegal and immoral act, no. But I think, you know, like role playing or even like the fiction you read or even like to a certain extent, as long as it's ethically made, porn, like it's exploring that healthily, I think is valid. And it's something that I think I have done in the past.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I explore it in porn, but like personally, no. Like it freaks me out too much. You know, I do have like this kind of feel.
You niggas be watching grape porn? That's absolutely insane, my brother. I can't even lie, bro. Y'all niggas fall down that pipeline, bro. Like, you just gotta watch some regular shit, bro. Just watch some regular ass shit and call it a day. Cause you niggas watching that wild shit, boy, that shit fucking with your brain, boy. Don't do that shit. Hell no. Fuck that.
Fuck that. Wanting to be dominated by a man, or a woman. That's more in porn than like in real life. I feel like I'd be freaked out in real life if that happened.
In a safe environment, obviously.
When you're assaulted, like sexually assaulted, you don't have a choice in the matter. But when you are role playing it, you can say, like a safe word, and that you have the control. But when that control's robbed from you, it messes with you. I think that's the distinction with the role play.
I feel like we kind of have a misunderstanding here. I at least think that it's really insensitive, at least, to be doing these role plays because you will never be able to feel what these people feel, and it kind of it's off shifting to know that that's something desired.
I understand that, and like I said, it is something like obvious. I've never
hey
experienced
man,
it.
niggas just be doing freaky shit, man. I mean, niggas gonna be niggas. Yeah, well, I gotta stop saying that because YouTube gonna fuck me up, bro. I'm trying to get monetized in a few months, bro. Like, let me chill. What's another word for nigga? What can I don't say dude. I'm not saying dude. I'm not saying that shit. Fuck. I gotta stop cussing too, bro. I've been trying to stop cussing. Okay. I'm just say bro.
My fantasy
bros
kind of like
gonna
come
be
from like a
bros.
position of privilege, and I think that's why I'd like to explore it in a healthy way to figure out like why exactly I feel that way.
Thank you.
I have been abused.
As I talked about, I got harassed by an older female employee, and working through it, it's always a process. I don't know.
My family.
I really don't know how I feel about that, cause it's like you a grown ass man, bro. You gotta like stand up for yourself, bro. Especially to a woman, bro. You could just say, hey, bro, hey, no, dude, I ain't going for none of that. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, but then I don't want to be insensitive neither. But on the same time, I'm gonna keep it.
We've endured emotional, physical abuse from my father, and I'm sure a lot of people can, attest and say the same things. And he lives in a whole nother country now, so I don't really talk to him. And I need that guidance. When I'm going from 14 to 18 years old, that's like a really influential time. So it's really hard to have to deal with that on your own. The worst part was when I told him about some of the issues I had because I didn't have him because of the way he, hurt me. He kind of just said, yo, that's your fault. Like, you can't blame me for that and put it on me. I think this kind of ties into, I want to bring it in how sometimes I feel like as a white man, I can't really talk about my problems because you're always been taught to suck it up. And I'm sure all of us have been told that multiple times in your life. Mm-hmm. Suck it up. Buttercup, I heard over here one. So yeah, for you, I remember with your boss telling you that, that wasn't valid and that's not fair.
I don't think just because you're a man or white, you can't be abused. I was told that growing up.
Anybody can be abused.
I think abuse kind of requires a power dynamic, and like even like all of us, we're white men. There's always somebody above us. There's a richer, whiter man, I guess. So like, what is exactly the top? Because there's always somebody, I think, above us to abuse us, and that's just not really talked about.
Really quickly, I just want to do one thing. There's going to be no talking. It's the last question I have, and you cannot elaborate on your opinion either way, is the era of white men is over.
What does that really mean? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all niggas can't share no opinions. I ain't gonna lie. White people cannot share any opinions online, or it's just gonna be seen as racist. I can't count with white men. Yeah, y'all niggas' opinions is over. I'll say that much.
Really wanted to elaborate on that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Right, man. That looks like that's the end of the video, man. That looks like I'm about to be out this bitch. Man, if you like the video, man, go ahead, like and subscribe, man, because I love clout and money. And without further ado, man, I'm out this bitch, man. I'll holla at y'all boys. Bitch ass nigga. I love our kiss.